Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Jane's Fighters Anthology as we continue with the reference materials. We will finish today up with, let's see here, last time we did the Kirov, so today is the Kitty Hawk. Kitty Hawk, title, Kitty Hawk and John F. Kennedy classes. Active 4 hulls. Name Kitty Hawk, number CV63, Builders, New York Shipbuilding. Laid down 27th of December 1956, launched 21st of May 1960. Mission 29th of April 1961. FSPA. I'm not sure what FS stands for in this context. It's not jumping out at me. AA. Flight system? No. I don't know. Anyways, name Constellation. I'm sure I'll think of it right after I put the video up, but name Constellation. Number CV64, Builders, New York Naval Shipyard. Laid down 14th of September 1957. Launched 8th of October 1960. Commissioned 27th of October 1961. FSPA. Name America. Number CV66, Builders, Newport News Shipbuilding. Laid down 9th of January 1961. Launched 1st of February 1964. Commissioned 23rd of January 1965. FSAA. Name John F. Kennedy. Number CV67, Builders, Newport News Shipbuilding. Laid down 22nd of October 1964. Launched 27th of May 1967. Commissioned 7th of September 1968. FS Conventional. Displacement tons 60,100 standard, 81,123 tons full load for CV63. 60,100 tons standard, 81,773 tons full load CV64. 60,300 tons standard, 79,724 tons full load CV66, and 61,000 tons standard, 80,941 tons full load CV67. Flight deck, 1,046 feet by 252 feet or 318.8 meters by 76.8 meters. Speed, 32 knots. Range, 4,000 miles at 30 knots, 12,000 nautical miles at 20 knots. Complement 2,930, of which 155 are officers. Aircrew 2,480, of which 320 are officers, except for CV67. And they also contain a flake staff of 70 crew members, of which 25 are officers. Missiles, SAM, 3 Raytheon GMLS Mark 29 octuple launchers, NATO Sea Sparrow, semi-active radar homing to 14.6 kilometers or 8 nautical miles at Mach 2.5, warhead 39 kilograms. Guns, 3 General Electric General Dynamics 20mm Vulcan Phalanx 6-barreled Mark 15 guns at 3,000 rounds per minute or 4,500 rounds per minute in Block 1, combined to 1.5 kilometers. Countermeasures, decoys, 4 Laurel High-Core SRBOC 6-barreled fixed Mark 36, IR flares and shaft to 4 kilometers or 2.2 nautical miles, SSTDS Surface Ship Torpedo Defense System, SLQ-36 Nixie Phase 1, ESM and ECM SLQ-32V4 in CV-63 and 64, SLQ-29 with WLR-8 and SLQ-17 in CV-66, and WLR-3 and WLR-11 combined radar warning, jamming, and deception systems. Fixed-wing aircraft. Transitional air wing includes 20 F-14 Tomcats, 20 FA-18 Hornets, 4 EA-6B Prowlers, 16 A-6E Intruders, which includes some KA-6D tankers, 4 E-2C Hawkeyes, 6 S-3A or S-3B Vikings. Power projection air wing adds 4 more Hornets. 50 TAC Air wing adds 12 Hornets and 2 Vikings and removes 14 Tomcats and all Intruders. Helicopters, 8 SH-3G or 8 Sea Kings or SH-60F Seahawks. Program. Kitty Hawk was authorized in FY fiscal year 1956, Constellation in fiscal year 1957, America in fiscal year 1961, and John F. Kennedy in fiscal year 1963. Structure. These ships were built to an improved forestal design and are easily recognized by their island structure being set further aft than the superstructure in the 4 Forrestal class ships. They have 2 deck edge lifts forward of the superstructure, a 3rd lift aft of the structure, and the portside lift on the after quarter. This arrangement considerably improves flight deck operations. 4 C-13 steam catapults with 1 C-13-1 in America and Kennedy, and 4 arrestor wires. John F. Kennedy and America have stern anchors as well as bow anchors because of their planned bow sonar domes. All have a small radar mast aft sorry, abaft, I guess is what they're saying there. Abaft of the island, but it's just after the island. The island is painted black between flight deck and bridge to match jet exhaust stains. Aviation fuel of 5,882 tons are carried. Displacement full load, 81,123 tons. Displacement standard load, 60,100 tons. Length, 1,062.5 feet. Beam, 130 feet. Draught, 37.4 feet. Speed, 32 knots. Range, 12,000 nautical miles. Here we only get 2, surprisingly, considering this was a big fixture of the original USNF 97 or US Navy fighters even. But this is the mast they're talking about after the island. And can I see it? Nope. Next too cluttered for me to see a number. And this is too washed out for me to see a number, so it's hard to say which ones they are. But yeah, the first 2 carriers, let's see, which was the Kitty Hawk and Constellation, are pretty much the same. America had some minor improvements. You saw they mentioned there was a bow sonar. And John F. Kennedy has even more extensive improvements, to the point where, as you saw even in the description, it's sometimes referred to as its own subclass. And in our 3D model here, you can see it is very much true to life, and they put a lot of detail into this guy, which, I mean, you look at it and it's amazing that they did this, you know, with the technology of the time. I think these are for, like, to help with landing, if I'm not mistaken. Honestly, the only thing that's missing is they didn't do, like, the little cutouts or extensions or pontoons or whatever you want to call them, where they have the where they typically have the phalanx systems and the in the Sea Sparrow systems. That might be a phalanx there. It's really hard to tell, and we don't have an aft picture to compare here. But yeah, you can kind of see, like, here's one of the weapons platforms, and I believe typically there's another one back there. But, you know, very minor complaint. Here you can kind of see it more clearly. There's the Sea Sparrow box launcher there and the phalanx there. But yeah, all in all, very beautiful ship. And actually, this is another episode where the timing ended up being coincidental, we'll call it, because of the news right now is that John F. Kennedy had just arrived at, was it Brownsville in Texas? I forget the name of the city, but it just arrived at its final destination where it's going to be scrapped out. So very sad end of an era of conventional carriers for the U.S. And even more unfortunate is none of them were able to be saved as museum ships, which is somewhat understandable. I mean, even saving the Essex and Midways were pretty hard. You know, and we only saved a handful of those and one Midway. The Enterprise, for all her glory, you know, CV6 in World War II, despite MacArthur throwing his weight behind it, she wasn't able to be saved. They're very expensive ships, even just laid up, you know, in a river next to shore and turned into a non-operating museum craft. They're very expensive to maintain. I mean, hell, we got the USS Cobia at the Wisconsin Maritime Museum. Right now, they're collecting donations because they want to put her through a dry dock period. And she's a museum ship. Better shape than most. They start up her engines once a year, at least once a year. But she's, you know, permanently moored to shore. And it's going to be like millions of dollars to put her through dry dock maintenance. So it's understandable that no one has the money for this. But very, very sad. Because they served us well, and it would be nice to see, for the public to see an actual supercarrier. You know, have a museum of that. But such is life. So, with that, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for next time, and stay safe out there, and we'll see you then.